live with the podcast pilot. So Mr. Rubik's is getting our Morgan.
Yeah, I just went live.
Alright, he's up to. We'll be playing a little bit of Horizon Drop.
Oh, wait, hold up. Hold up.
So
I need to check something really.
Just so we can have something.
Make sure your voice is on always allow. I'm not trying to have that happen.
Dude, I streamed too much for this. Come on now. Yeah, it's on.
Here to explain what's going to be going on in this
Basically,
little
me and Morgan
thing.
have some topics we want to talk about, and just in case you guys want to hear our opinions on these topics. I don't know why you guys would actually not think about it, but in case you guys do.
That's not exactly what we're doing. It's just like we want to play some games and we usually run out of things to talk about, so, you know.
Have literal topics written down, and we want to...
We just have stuff.
Who goes first?
And then certain, like, real world influences might sway the conversation one way or the other, but just in case we have these little nifty topics written down so that we don't run out of stuff to say, because we notice that happens.
Alright.
So
who goes first? Who last?
whoever gets the tram piece. I was gonna say, I thought I got it, but I guess you did. So, just with the topic then.
What?
I was gonna say whoever got the tram piece, but I thought I got it.
I already got
but
it
then
before you said it, so I wanted to just go by who.
Alright. What?
When was the last time you pooped?
I'm not doing that, Cameron.
When was the last time you pooped?
Cameron, that's how you decide who goes first in Cards Against Humanity.
Who went poo first? Or last? Alright, I'll just choose one.
No.
You go. Just go.
Okay, my first topic is next DLC.
For this game.
Yes.
The Borderlands one, because they're
Yes, Cameron, for Borderlands 1.
we do know that Nikolai is next.
We're not gonna, do you think the last one's gonna be Richtofen then? And do you think it's gonna have more or less importance compared to
Such is life.
what?
I'll wait for this. You're gonna have a, like, just tap yourself on the net real quick.
Get back in the dirt, hell pig.
Or what are you talking about?
Just, you said, so DLC 4 will be Richtofen, right?
Recovering the castle will
Uh-huh.
not be easy.
Think what
You
that
have a
was.
plan.
Leave that to me. Trust me.
Okay, I don't see what the issue is.
What was the giant?
Not Richtofen, because there's no Easter egg.
The video that they put out, he shot himself in the face? You know?
That's not what I mean. I mean there's a Richtofen-based Easter egg. It may not have to deal with killing this universe's clone of him, but
Yes!
it's...
All the Easter eggs so far have this one is demonstrated.
Which is why I
The next one
well,
is
what do you think the
demonstrated.
fourth one's gonna be?
I think we're finally going to find out why he's collecting the souls and what the big plan was. Because he already collected his soul from the time he shot Richtofen, the old Richtofen in the face.
So you think it's just gonna be the big answer for the test subjects and stuff like that?
Yeah, like, nor what Richtofen's plan with this Sonic he is.
Well, what do you think then? So far I haven't seen a correlation between the test subjects as mentioned in this game and all the DLCs and stuff like that, but like, what does that have to do with what they set up in Black Ops 2?
What do you mean?
I mean, think about the end of Origins. Like, what does that have to do with what's going on now?
Okay, you're talking about test subjects and then you're talking about Origins.
That's what I'm saying. they set that up at the end of Black Ops 2, but where's that now? It almost seems as if they ditched that and it's just all about the test subjects now, and we have no idea why.
It's that's weird. Okay, did you end up watching Jolt's? You probably didn't because you don't like him. Not Jolt's, dude. Johnny. You don't like him. Johnny J, whatever his name is. On YouTube, basically. You look back at
He's becoming more and more frustrating because of things that he says.
to you. Okay.
I mean, who says Argatha? Like, obviously the R is not before the G. Get it together, bro. You make videos about zombies. You should be able to know this.
Anyways, okay. So basically, he was looking back at the. I sent you guys this video. He looked back at the Origins Easter egg, and the characters fighting the Panzers were. No, I'm stupid. Never mind. Okay, never mind. I don't think they're getting. I don't think they are just forgetting it. Just get enough for 1500.
Alright, I'm good.
I don't think they're just dropping it. I feel like they have a plan, and that they just haven't announced it yet. If that makes sense. Like they didn't.
Yeah.
They do everything for this. Like after the first 2 maps, after Varuk and Titan, they did everything.
This
Like
is
everything
where
was for
other
a reason. That's
Richtofen
when
lived
the
before.
storyline kind of started.
Well, before Richtofen put bullet in Richtofen.
So I don't feel like that's nothing. And I feel like we're gonna learn about that either in Black Ops 3 or the next Treyarch Zombies game, whether that be a standalone, which I really hope that turns into, or the next one.
Do you think? I thought about the idea of it not of that Origins cutscene being not exactly the result of what happened in Origins, but maybe just like I'm thinking maybe that was the end of the storyline. And so now we're catching up on the middle of it, like what we missed.
I don't
Maybe.
think so.
I think it's possible because like they went through a portal and then ended up as action figures being played with as like as by Samantha.
And plus, if you go back, there were 2 Panzers. Like, there were 2 different kinds of Panzers, actually, if you go back and look at it.
Were there really?
Yeah, the 2 Panzers were, it was the Origins one, and then there was one with
And then
the
this one?
claw on the hand, and it ended up being, this one's like the first one. So it's kind of pushing towards that, where they want us to think that was us being played, like, Samantha was playing Origins, technically. But I feel that they were just doing that so that we wouldn't see about it. It was just another.
My earning power is double that of what I am used
What
to.
map was she instead reenacting? Or is it one that we have yet to see possibly?
Because
Is what I'm thinking.
because the Origins characters were fighting their Origins Panzer and this one. So I'm thinking that that it was a little hint towards this map because they were fighting this map's Panzer with these characters, you know?
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
that was English, right?
I know, like I'm trying to focus on the game and trying to give like an intelligent answer. But yeah, I feel like they were giving little hints at the rest of Drive while making us think it was just them playing the Origins.
Well, they hinted at Horizon from Black Ops 2. Like, that's how long ago they hinted at it.
You make it seem like it's World War or something. It's just the last game they made.
That's 2 games ago.
Yeah,
That's 3 years ago.
They put in the scientist from 5 and we never learned about him. Maybe that was just Black Ops 1.
That's not what I mean. I mean, like, they hinted at an entire Zombies DLC for a game that wasn't even expected to come out.
Oh yeah, dude. I feel like you're doubting Treyarch right now because
I'm not doubting Treyarch, I'm just like...
IFT.
Yeah, cause like, think about Studio. Think about how much we played that map.
Yeah,
We
Studio
didn't even
gave off
notice
hints,
once that buried was hinted.
and it kind of derives a bit with the castle, if you count
That's
that.
what I was That's what I was saying.
And if you want to go into deep of it with the boat in the back of the map, kind of with Satsubo that's kind of pushing it, but they had the skeletons, and I think they're the same skeletons
That's
from
pushing
this
it.
map. I think the same skeletons from the Easter egg of this map. Do you have a zombie you can hold right now?
I have 2.
Okay, can you hold it real quick?
Yeah.
Someone is commenting, or commented anyway. So I'm gonna put that on the screen.
For now. I never thought
I
to
can't
ask.
turn my mic up. I don't think. Okay.
Oh,
because-
there's 2.
So
That's
I wonder if my headphones being stupid and breaking, not breaking, but just getting a little stupid this week affected how loud my mic is. And plus I'm kind of being a little quieter because my mom's asleep and she's like, her room's like right next there.
she's asleep?
Yeah, she's kind of sick, so.
Oh. Alright, I think we could move on to the next topic.
I don't know. Well, we just touched on Zombie Universe, not really Zombie DLC 3. But if we, I think we're gonna be in Stalingrad.
Okay, true. Final thoughts.
Go back, I think we're gonna be in like a Stalingrad. I feel like it's gonna be like an infection, like the multiplayer map, but that
Oh,
Whenever armies
because
clash,
there was a little
men
Easter egg
are
where you
lost
can
in sea
find
of swords.
Nikolai's house
Such is war.
in Infection. Actually, there's a little thing that he like talks about inside about his house, and it kind of like fits with the description. So we're gonna be,
yeah.
I think we're gonna be in like an Infection
You'll not fight
place.
that,
If
will they?
that makes sense, like Stalingrad, kind of. So, yeah, it should be fun. Okay, next, my topic.
Yeah.
Did gumballs break Black Ops 3?
I don't think so, no.
Really?
Cuz I think they're a little addition to the game that, oh, I need a max ammo but it won't drop. If you play enough and you earned enough it's almost like a reward that you get for playing the game, you know?
Yeah, but they
Little
were never in the game before, and them just adding it, I guess they had to add new features because it is Black Ops 3, and they can't just have the same zombies mode. But do you think they just implemented it for no reason? Going back to my point, kind of like
This is not
never
really
does.
Like it's
a
just
personal
there.
story.
Treyarch never does anything for no reason. If that makes sense. So I feel like.
Yeah.
Do you think the gumballs are a bigger picture, or do you think they're just there to make money?
Well,
Do you think
oh god. The zombie died for me, I guess. I think they are, yes. I think they're there to introduce a bigger character, Dr. Monty. I think he's someone important.
No, really, he made the perks, you know.
That cry is our
Now, I don't know, he only might be important. I want to kill a zombie, but I want it to be held at the same time.
For what reason?
I need to shoot the last thing on my...
Okay, I'm gonna shoot the flag and I'll take the zombie from you. But I guess I feel like it did a little bit. I feel like it did break. What's it called?
I don't think it broke it. I think it added a different kind of balance. Not a balance, but it added something new to the scales.
You can spawn a death machine, and death machines are like literally instant kill bullets, and it's like full auto, one of the fastest shooting guns in the game. So I feel like that's like something that's a little, you know. But I guess if you could get that,
There's one that you can get. You didn't even touch on the fact that you can get every single perk in the game.
Yeah, there's a literal thing where you can get every perk in the game.
Granted, that's the most rare gumball that there is.
And you can get it just by hitting a 1 gumball.
Anyways,
Can I kill it?
no, I'm gonna do the wall running part. I don't think it destroyed the balance of the game though, because it's still like something that you have to work and play for. Like, you don't see people with 1 hour of playtime getting perkaholic that like.
I feel like I could. Like if I go on a different account and play for an hour, I feel like I can easily get a perkaholic if I want to. Like I just need to get what could have been.
You think it would be that easy to get a perkaholic?
Not necessarily that easy, but there's a high chance it's possible. Like it's not that hard to do. Like I play for an hour to get what condominiums and do it. I feel like going back to it, I feel like it did a little bit. Not enough to break the game, but I feel like it unbalanced the game a little bit. Because we've definitely got some of the most easiest maps so far during Black Ops 3.
Except Zetsubo.
Zetsubo's actually, it's broken.
It's a little more challenging.
It's broken. Yeah.
Why is it broken?
You know the glitches you can get on that? Like there's literally.
I haven't experienced any.
Like I was watching this video and it was talking about how these people got a zombie you can't kill, but they can kill them and it's invisible. And they can never respawn.
I'm good, by the way.
Actually, come get these kills from yourselves. But,
These kills, there's multiple?
yeah, another zombie spawned from the wall. Right here. So,
Oh. I was just gonna take them down there.
oh,
There's a little urn right there.
Your topic.
Give me just a second. What's my topic? Supply drops, have they broken the game?
So you're asking if they've broken
Supply
multiplayer.
drops and their contents.
And have they broken multiplayer?
Yes.
Lovey, can you open the,
This is Griffin Station. We have an update.
Give me just a little bit, yeah, and I'll do that.
Okay, so I feel that it did because, like
The machine is
music
ready.
said,
Awaiting
he
the
said
conduit.
that when someone sees that you have one of the new weapons, or like just a new melee weapon, everybody's gonna stop playing the objective just to kill you
Security
and get to
protocol
that weapon just for a
935.
split second of using it.
I hate to admit it, but I've actually done that one time. I was
I-
playing with Gabe, and he has the HG40, and Trent and Gabe have the crowbar, and I was playing with them, and they were having fun using the crowbar, just messing around. But like, I didn't have that, so it made it. I don't want to say it made it harder to enjoy the game because I was still enjoying it, but like, you know, it was obvious. It was different. I wasn't doing the same thing. I was kind of just following Trent around and waiting till he died and picking up the crowbar and getting kills with it. Like, granted, it wasn't exactly a thing like I was freaking out like, oh, I want to use the crowbar just because it's like a new thing. I wanted to have a little bit of fun. But the HG40 was a little different because like, oh, it's a new gun. Like, it's not just a combat knife like reskin or anything. Like, it's a.
If there were no guns, and I don't want to say no knives because the knives are pretty cool, but they're just reskinned basically. But if there were no weapons to get, and it was just camos and emblem kind of things, and
or if everyone had them. Do you have a zombie?
No, and skins and stuff like that.
Okay,
I feel
so
like
it's
the
me.
game would be
Great.
I feel like it would be a lot better. I feel like it would be a lot more enjoyable without new weapons. Because I know in Advanced Warfare, like if there was a variant, I know about it, and I didn't have, I would drop everything and try to get that kill. So I can try using that variant and see if I actually like it.
I'm gonna open the teleporter
I
right now.
already did.
Oh. Do you want me to pay for the way there?
Yes, please. Okay, so, yeah, I feel like if there were no weapons, it'd be a lot less broken, per se, but I don't think it's if there weren't any weapons, I feel like it'd be just fine. And it was just camos, and then specialist skins.
Yeah, I can agree on that. I guess it's your topic now, because that one didn't go for quite as long as I thought it would.
So your answer is yes.
Richtofen will tell us of his
To you.
plan for future.
Yes, it's broken the game,
Yes, it did.
but if
It's
they
broken.
changed it, there's still a chance that it can change it. Sorry. I don't know if you needed that or not, but
No.
I think that it has changed the game. I don't know exactly if it's for the better, but as of right now, it's not, and it could be for the better if they just release the guns like
Yeah.
either like supply or not supply. Freaking, I can't speak anymore. Season pass owners or something like that, but don't make it like you make them so rare to the point where no one focuses on the actual game once they're in play, and it's kind of annoying. I think that's where we can end that topic.
You'd want to just try to get to that weapon. It makes it so that people playing Search and Destroy or something like that, it's hard for them to enjoy the game as much as they could, because it's messing with the balance and how people end up finishing the game. I'm done. I'm good. Are you good?
Sure.
Hello, hell pigs.
So,
Nikolai is ready now.
I wish you were still down here.
So, to answer your question, yes. But, if they just took out the weapons and just, I don't want to say give it to us, but give us a different way of earning them, like make us do like a challenge.
Or instead of making us buy for a chance to get them, at least just like make us pay flat out for the guns.
Yeah, make the guns buy, literally buy it. Because none of them are game breaking.
I have, yeah, it's not like not having them compared to having them is gonna make a difference, but it's the fact that they're rare as they are.
Yeah.
I'm coming right now. Where you at?
Undercraft. Yeah, so I feel like
Alright,
if they just took it out of supply jobs, or they can make it so crypto keys are a lot easier to get. Because crypto keys are
easier to get, up the chances, that might bring some actual balance.
Because if it takes 30 to get only any rule chance worth, because you can get the new weapons within the rare supply jobs. So if they just made it so crypto keys are a lot less rare, and you get like 5 or 3 per game, you know, instead of just like 1 or maybe not even a single crypto key, then the game would be a lot more balanced and a lot more enjoyable as multiplayer. And I feel like if they did that, I would want to play multiplayer a lot more.
Yeah, I hear that one.
Arrow is like bullet that
Alright,
explodes.
I guess those were our final words on that one. It's another
So
topic
yes,
now.
it's broken at the moment,
Yes.
in my opinion.
Next topic.
The best gun in zombies ever.
Oh, okay, this
for
one's
long
tough.
range, short range, medium range, damage output, and then
I already have my answer.
Travels across worlds.
What is it?
They used to make me nauseous. Now
The Scar
they
H
make me-
of Black Ops 2.
No, I don't think so.
I do.
The ammo counts too well for me.
Not,
for me, it comes down
not
to,
for me.
Actually, it comes down to 3 guns. I feel.
What are those guns?
In this order from like lowest to greatest. From the lowest one, it is the STG from Origins, it was really good actually. And then number 2, it's at number 1 spot is tied for two places. I don't really have a second choice. I guess the Scar or the STG is my second choice. But it is PPSH from World at War.
Ooh.
AN-94.
Arrow is like bullet that explodes.
That thing,
AN
had 600 ammo in the reserve. It shot relatively fast. You can get a foregrip on it, so it can shoot relatively
Don't
straight.
try not to.
Straight out.
I really like the AN. It was great. It was a headshot machine. It had the ammo to keep you going for rounds without max ammos, and it was just a good weapon.
It was a wall
you know,
fight too,
good
so.
damage. Yeah, that but Granted, it was a little bit different a wall buy.
It's no, because you can get it in
Now,
Diorize as
something in
normal wall
ground?
buy, not just chalk.
Well, that's true. Okay. Well, in terms of buried,
Yeah.
Hell pig hunt is
Yeah.
on!
But the PPSH though.
that's pretty good.
But the thing is, though, the ammo gets run down so quick, though. That's my problem. I feel like that's why the AN overlaps it. But fire rate and like, I feel like how long you can keep it without having to get rid of it, because of how weak it is. PPSH would win.
I am like Russian
Oh
Cupid.
no, I wish you hadn't
Cupid
done
of
that.
death.
Am I right?
Oh my gosh, I can't hit this. Say that again. My, I leveled up and it cut you off.
Longer, like, how long you can use it without
Oh my
trying
God.
to get rid of it because of damage. I feel like the PPSH would outdo.
What about the MP40 from like Black Ops 1?
The afterburner.
Oh no!
I feel like that's only good with double tap right down there.
Yeah.
It's
You could land on the landing pad and be right here. Like
I
I'm right
feel
next to
like
it.
I feel like that factor that you can get even to higher rounds with the PPSH, but the ammo count's still lower. You know.
I remember be careful, there's gonna be a lot of zombies every bow.
Nikolai has not had this much fun since... Nikolai did not have fun. You know you truly failed when Russian is
I hit
saving
it.
you.
No, it didn't. Oh, double points.
Hey, we got it. Alright,
I'm gonna need your cover just really quick.
yeah, go ahead. So, are we agreeing on...
Go, 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 go.
Are we agreeing on... Go ahead.
It feels good.
Are we agreeing on AN94, or are we going with PSH?
I could agree on A94, being honest. I just really liked the damage of the Scar Age and the feel of it, and plus it's pack punch, plus you can get it for reward too, which I think is a really cool thing. Like it's a reward, it's a rewarding gun.
Oh, like a reward, like the 115 headshots thing. I was like, what are you talking about? That wasn't the thing. But
You can,
not with the AN94, it was Galil.
not the AN,
STG.
the Scar. I'm talking about the Scar.
That's
A Garthan Reaper.
I feel like that would be in 4th place. I think
It's definitely in my top 5.
I feel like with
This
the
device surely
STG,
cannot be saved, can
it's
it?
tied with the STG. So
The problem, but you have to also think about its non-pack punched form, and the STG had no ammo.
But
30
it's really
30 in a
good,
clip and 210 reserve.
that's the Razorback basically, so it doesn't matter. That's the Razorback, the ICR.
Except the Razorback's garbage.
But yeah, ICR.
It's okay.
ICR.
ICR, not enough ammo.
It has the same ammo. That's what I'm talking about.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
Does it really?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't use it enough to know that. Are you good for max ammo? Because I'm gonna place my arrow.
I haven't shot anything.
Okay.
The AK-47 from Home of the Dead had the same ammo.
Oh, the Blunder Gat. We didn't even consider the Blunder
I'm
Gat.
not counting wonder weapons. I'm counting literal weapons.
Okay.
Like an actual weapon.
Okay,
But-
fine. What about the Death Machine? That was a literal
It's
weapon.
too heavy. You'd end up dying because you're running so slow. I feel like that really downgrades it to the point where you can't put that up there.
What
It's
about
up
the
there.
Galil? Pretty good.
Not enough ammo, sadly. I don't think.
What? I don't.
It was at 300 ammo. I
Four-
think, when it was pack a punch.
No, it had 450 when it was pack punched.
Yeah, it was at like.
It has
was
35 in a clip when it's not pack punched with 415 in reserve.
15.
415.
Yeah. Well, I know. Not 15.
Can I
Yes.
kill the zombie? Okay. In my opinion, I think that's good.
The AN?
I think the AN can be agreed to be a good weapon, the best
That's
weapon.
not what we're asking. We're asking the best zombies, but so
That's what.
far.
Okay, yeah, I think it can be agreed upon that it's the best
But
that
what
we've
about the
seen
dingo?
so far. The dingo. No,
Right.
the reload.
I am
It's the
under
reload that's
assumption
getting me on that one
that
right
you
now.
of death.
And if you have fast mags like I do, it's
So do I,
matter.
but still.
And I feel like
And
yeah,
I
that's
just.
true. He also the AN's good without either reload.
It doesn't have to have either of those to be
What
good.
is happening?
What do you mean?
They did something different to the wolf though.
What do you mean?
You know how whenever you're done by double tap, he'll take the route behind, like by the wolf spawn, the wolf mine spawn.
I burn your
I
very
think
heart.
so.
Like they'll go through the door you need to by that wolf. No? Or sorry, not wolf.
No.
That,
Oh,
the first
I
dragon
think.
that gets the door right underneath, you know how it usually goes to that door.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't do that for me. It went through spawn and then up through chug. Anyways, yeah, so we're going on A and that.
Okay, next. Is that you or me?
No, that
Oh,
was,
that's me.
That was me, so go ahead.
Okay. So this one's a little weird, but I saw this video, and I thought it was pretty interesting, because it's about YouTube, and
Can you hold a zombie this room?
it calls out, what?
Can you hold a zombie this room?
Is it betrayal for
Yeah,
me to witness increase in earning power?
and what happens is, I don't know if you pay any mind to this, but situation that's been going on
Okay, I'm
YouTube.
sorry, what was the question? I'm already out. I'm a ghost. Sorry.
It's not a question. I'm still talking about it. Like, I don't know if you pay any attention to this in terms of YouTube. The drama that's been going on. You know, everything that's just been happening. YouTubers calling each other out, and just said, "Oh, really?"
Regulated by state.
I didn't know it was gonna end it, but and so I saw this video where a YouTuber was addressing 3 videos made talking about this drama, and he claims them to be not helpful, just useless, and honestly just dumb points overall. And he addresses a video that PewDiePie made, one that
I'm gonna die.
Markiplier made, and one that Matthew Santoro made, and
I just John, did you continue?
and then afterwards, I don't know what to make of this, but he addresses a point about Matthew Santoro and claims Matthew Santoro plagiarizes his videos, and then brings up an example, and I was like, no way. And then what he says is what there's this website called Listverse. What?
I need kills over here.
Do you want me to help you, or
No, I'm just saying something.
what's the
Just
question?
stop shooting over. Go ahead though.
Yeah, I'm leaving. But he brings up this site called Listverse, and the likeness between one of the articles posted and one of Matthew's videos it's ridiculous. Like, it's a video called 10 people for weirdly famous people, or something like, people are famous for weird reasons, 10 of them. And the Listverse article addresses them in a specific order, 1 through 10, but then Matthew's video addresses them in the exact same order. Same people, same order. And then he apparently did the math on that, on the odds of that, of 2 people not knowing, 2 random people in the world, having the exact same list in the first place, plus the odds of them having the same people on that list, and on a 10 list, so the odds of them having the exact same people, plus the odds of them having the exact same order. And it was like 1 in like 30 or 3.6 million. And it got me thinking, like, he's been doing YouTube for a while, and like, and plus this guy claims to have, there's plenty of others, but he just named that one. And I was like, what? This is, like, there's so much, like, going on, like, people accused of being, like, fake, and, like, the whole prank situation, plus this, and it's like, YouTube is being destroyed. Like, you know these things, but, like, oh, yeah, I didn't know you, one of them did. But,
Yes. I never said I meant save. Oh, damn it. No. Okay, go ahead.
if you really think about it, like, everyone's just being called out, and it's like, you know these things, but why you have to say them, you know? Just let, you putting this kind of content out there is just making everyone else lose fans, and it's not exactly helping you, because you might call out the wrong people, and
So
I don't know what to make of it.
What you're saying is, if someone plagiarized your videos, or plagiarized your ideas,
But he didn't get plagiarized though. He just called him out because reasons. Like I don't even know why he called him out. He didn't get affected by him at all. Like what Matthew did had no effect on this YouTuber. He just felt like calling him because he felt the people should know. Like Matthew needed to be exposed. And I feel like he's commenting, he's a British YouTuber, like he's not exactly like the kind of British that you're thinking, he's just grade A under A. I'm not sure if you remember him. Yeah, but like, he's not like the proper British, he's like straight up Cockney or something.
But
like,
he's British.
Not what I mean, that's not the point here. Is like, he's getting in on, he took shots at Markiplier saying he was a man in a child's body, and he was talking about how he's like, should we take a guy who dyed his hair blood red seriously, pink and red, and it's like, that's not what it was for, when in reality he thinks he just did it just to do it, or he didn't say anything about the fact that why he did what he did, which was because on a charity live stream they raised over $200,000, and so he set goals, and he was like, if you do this, if you guys raise this much, I'll do this, and that's why he did it.
Don't. Do you have a zombie?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be right back. Real quick.
I think, hold on, yes I do.
Okay, I'll be right back. Continue.
I forgot what I was saying.
Basically, this guy just said this other person's plagiarizing this other person's work, and just said,
okay, I remember.
No, I'm saying, so basically
when
that's
he
what
said
you're
what
saying,
he
though.
said about what, yeah, but like he said what he said about like Markiplier and his hair and all that stuff, and then he, you know how Markiplier, like, people, I guess his fans or something called him Marky Moo?
Yeah.
Well, when Markiplier describes what he saw going on in YouTube in his video as, I think he said, a self-fulfilling cycle of pessimism, and then he proceeds that with like a little bit of a joke. He goes, which were some big words for Marky Moo to say, and then like, I guess he didn't do his research on his fan base and stuff, and realized that that wasn't a name he came up with for himself. It was what his fans say, and I feel like he's uneducatedly taking shots at people. And most of the time the points that he makes at like drama on YouTube are pretty accurate, but I feel like he's kind of off on this one, and I was wondering what you think. based on what I've told you, what you think.
I feel like the plagiarism thing, that's completely fine, but calling out one of the A-team YouTubers, I feel like
He called out PewDiePie too.
yeah,
So
the
like,
literal Captain A-team out there, you know, he's calling out the big dogs on YouTube. I feel like without proper research, he's gonna get destroyed real quick because he's calling out the big dogs. But the plagiarism thing,
Oh,
I
you good?
still want to know. I'm good, yeah. I feel like the plagiarism thing, that's fine. I would like to know if, like,
I think. Go ahead.
if one of my favorite YouTubers is copying another one, you know, I would want to know.
Well,
Not just because he's being a douchebag, you know, just because I feel like, I mean, personally, I would want to know. But
well, it wasn't copying another YouTuber's work. It was just like an article
yeah, but
thing.
like, I would still want to know that, you know.
Yeah.
But calling out the big dogs, that's his fault.
I think his point that he made on PewDiePie was okay, cause like PewDiePie says, he literally says drama is like the biggest waste of time and energy on YouTube, but then the very next day after he uploads this video, he called out KSI. Like,
I don't care for KSI that much, but he's another big dog.
but like, it's just like, it's kind of ridiculous. Like, it's the fact of the matter. Like, you may not like him, but like, you still just said that that's the biggest waste of time, but you wasted your time to tweet about him and talk crap. Like, why? That makes zero sense.
So PewDiePie trash talked KSI?
Yeah, he said going to KSI for advice is as you, or going to KSI for, I think he said YouTube advice is about as useful as going to Toby Turner for relationship advice.
I feel that when YouTubers are basically having a civil war about YouTube, I guess there's a YouTube civil war, you can call it. Not just because that movie's coming out, I'm just saying, you know, that's the best way to describe it. When our favorite YouTubers are going against each other, as they do, I feel that if they want to go ahead, but the consequences are on them.
No, it's on us because the content suffers because all they're doing is focusing on this little feud that's going on that doesn't even hold any merit. Like,
but it's their life. I'm not gonna say, oh, you're wrong for talking trash about some other YouTubers, you know, because it's.
But as content creators and people with as huge a following as, like, PewDiePie especially, with someone as a huge a following as he has, I don't want to say he has a responsibility, but like, he almost does, because like, he's taking time out of producing, like, how would it's the equivalent of a worker, just an employee, taking time out of their day, like, they stop working just so they can talk crap to other employees.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. Like, why? But like, it shouldn't fly.
It's to you may, like, I feel like everyone's, I don't want to say morals, but like the way you respect things, if that makes sense, the way you see things are a little bit different than how a YouTuber really annoyed with someone would be. Like, I feel like he just went over the edge and got really annoyed. Yes, he probably shouldn't have said it, and he's a content creator, and his fans don't worry about, and if he doesn't worry about them first, he's gonna lose them. Yes. But if he wants to, go right ahead.
As unprofessional of a job it may seem to be, there's always a little bit of professionalism involved, because they're going with sponsors and business deals and stuff, and doing this kind of thing is just childish.
I don't think so. Especially when PewDiePie says something, because okay, if I take back what I said, if PewDiePie says something, then I feel like him and Markiplier, if they both say something, they both should be like they're out of line, because they have one of the biggest role model jobs on planet Earth, if that makes sense. Like
Well,
and I feel like I'm going back to what you're kind of saying, with they have a job they're supposed to do, and especially with PewDiePie with like 46 million subscribers, 46 million people looking up to him for certain videos to keep them going, and if he gets shut down, then 46 million people are going to be sad. You know, like.
Perhaps I could do better.
well, not necessarily. I feel like some of those might be just kind of like subscribed, like, but don't really check.
Just.
But yeah.
But if it was just like me calling someone out, like if you start calling someone out, one of the big dogs, then I would have been like, go right ahead. But as big as PewDiePie is, I feel like he has an entitlement to try not to say anything.
And this, the YouTuber that says, Grade A, that he said, when he says something, he says that lots of subscribers doesn't mean that you should be listened to. And that's when he gets into Markiplier being what he considers a man-child, which is honestly kind of true, because that's like his style of comedy. That's what he's like known for, is being a little bit on the child side. But
yeah,
like that's
Grade A's known for being a douchebag.
like there's nothing wrong with that, but it's not like he's just completely unprofessional and not even an adult. Oh no, you ruined my train.
Well, you have the rest of the zombies in the round, so have fun.
Yeah. But point being here is that I feel like when you do something as your job for as long as they have, there's obviously some expertise there, and it's not just subscriber count that measures that, but because they have large subscriber count, and he's thinking that's why they feel the need to say something, and that's not it at all. Like, they're not saying something because...
Not just train them to train them and kill them.
I know, I'm just getting...
Because the fact that I can't play the game because you're training is just to train.
You should have run
Alright.
way.
That
That's why I was training Deadwire.
No, not that. Thought I heard someone in the background go, weed! But, alright. I feel like
hear
that's...
that.
Should we end that topic? Because I went on for a little bit.
Yeah, this is kinda...
I don't know why you even brought it up. Is that one of your topics?
Yeah, that was one of mine. That was one of mine.
The way you said it, like, I thought you said you were just bringing it up because you wanted to.
No, that was one of my topics, but it's not exactly something I could just say and be like, discuss, like, nuts. You know, we have to actually...
So, I'm gonna give you 2 wonder weapons. And you're gonna pick from every aspect which one you see as a better weapon.
Do you want an explanation for that? Like, do you want me to explain myself?
What do you mean? Yes, I want to know why you said that. And
Okay.
why you didn't say the other one. If that makes sense.
Okay, hit me.
The elements themselves will do our bidding.
Mark II,
Okay.
Blundergat.
Mark II.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Okay, and better can also be because you like the weapon more. That's when you're like.
I have a love for the Blundergat, don't get me wrong, but I like the Mark II as well, and in terms of like a weapon, it's a little bit better. The Blundergat after Pack-a-Punch has 2 bullets and a clip, and how much in reserve? 80?
120.
120. Okay, that's not what I thought it was.
Because there was 60 and then there was one.
And you have to keep in mind that this thing is a collateral machine. Yeah, I know. But then you think about the Mark II, which is a ray gun that's burst fire. And when you really think about that concept, it's a little bit on the overpowered side, because you pack punch it and you get 42 in a clip, and how much in reserve? I don't remember. Do you know?
I don't actually. That's surprising. It's been a while.
I know it's a lot. It's like 200 something, right?
Yeah.
Or no, that's when it's normal. Anyways, that's not the point. In terms of damage, you can shoot the Mark II can save your life. The Blundergat cannot.
Yes, it can.
It's a good thing for surviving, but if you're getting cornered, the Mark II pulling it out and blasting it is gonna save you.
I don't agree with you at all. Yes, I feel like it can take more zombies out. I feel like it can take more zombies out if you're in a corner, but I feel like the penetration damage on the Blundergat, or we're going with pack-a punch. Like if they were both pack-a punch to me, we're not gonna.
Yeah.
We're not acting on damage. At least that's kind of like, you know, the Mark II's goal is gonna fight. But I feel that because of penetration damage, you can take out like 10 zombies with one shot. And then, like, so if you're getting cornered, you can just turn around, boom, boom. I guess if you got cornered again, but I feel like that would be your fault if you got cornered again. That makes sense.
It's not about that. You gotta think about how many actual zombies it's gonna take to corner you in a map like Mob of the Dead, depending on where you're training. If you're training on the bridge,
Dude,
and you get cornered, it's obviously no, but that's the point. If it comes down to it and you get cornered on the bridge, it's over. Because it's hard to get cornered on the bridge. Think about how much it would take to get you cornered on the bridge.
Okay, if we're talking about training, let's just assume we're talking about the cafeteria.
Okay.
Because both guns are on Mob of the Dead, so let's just go with that.
Okay. I think you're more likely to get cornered in the cafeteria, and I don't think the Blundercat can save you as easily.
Oh my god, I keep doing the wrong thing.
Where'd you put the zombie shield, by the way?
Down.
And they will destroy you.
And plus you gotta think about how much ammo there is, how easy it is to reload. And plus, it doesn't have splash damage, which is a big thing. Like, that's a pretty big deal. I mean, you're working with a ray gun. So, my answer is the Mark II.
Alright, you make a valid point. I'll agree with you on that one, for now, anyway. And yeah. Okay, so... next one.
I prefer Russian-made.
Lightning staff?
Not guns, though. They're usually quite bad.
Or the real Wonder Waffle. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, why the real Wonder Waffle, I don't count the Black Ops 3 one because it's trash.
Lightning staff.
Why? And it's not the upgraded one, it's just the lightning staff.
Oh,
It's just plain lightning
Pack a
staff.
Punch Wonderwaff?
Yes.
Okay, now that's not fair.
I feel like it wouldn't be fair anyways.
I think it is fair to compare the two if they're upgraded, just because, like, you have to also consider how hard it is to get one compared to the other. That's hard. Cause, like, you have to think about the difficulty of getting the lightning staff upgraded, or just building it in the first place.
Yeah, building it, I feel like it's not that much, to be honest.
But then you have to think about it upgraded, which was what we're thinking this in terms of. And it's not the easiest thing in the world. Compared to just paying $5,000 and then putting it in a machine,
yes,
you know.
But the thing is, though, the Wonder Waffle is amazing just with plain old
And
that.
how much ammo does it have?
It's like, it turns into 6 in a clip and then like 40 in reserve.
Are you sure it's not just 60? Or,
No, I
no,
think
not
not.
40. It's probably 36.
gotta think of how many zombies they can kill with one little shot. Dead.
You also have to consider that with the lightning staff. It has chain lightning just the same.
Not really. Not as much. Not even close.
Yeah, it does.
Not even. Yes, it has it, but not as much.
And there's terms of ammo, and plus the lightning staff upgraded has the revive.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. Damn it, dude.
You know, looking really good on the lightning staff. But you have to think about convenience as well. It's very hard to get the lightning staff upgraded.
Yeah, and the Wonder Bubble is really good, and with how easy it is to get to.
Yeah, well, easy is another thing, because the box can be very unforgiving.
But the fact that all it takes is the box. That's what I'm saying.
Well, think about how much money you've spent in one game trying to get a certain weapon.
Well, don't go off that. Just say you get it from the. Say you spend $9.50, you hit the box, you get it, and you spend $5,000 to pack punch it.
I think convenience is a factor, though. If we're gonna compare those two,
it's not that big of a factor, though. It's really because, and plus, I feel like you're putting too much in convenience. Convenience is a factor, but I feel like compared to the lightning staff, altogether, getting it, building it, getting it upgraded.
if you're gonna compare, I think you should only be able to compare in this specific instance of topic. I think we should only be comparing buildables to buildables and buyables to buyables. Okay.
No.
What?
Are you saying we're only doing buildable wonder weapons with buildable wonder weapons, and then?
I think so. We should do. I think we should do it like that. Yeah.
No, I'm not doing it.
Because like I'm gonna be more like convinced to pick the buyable just because of how easy it is to get.
Exactly.
Because if you're comparing them on damage, I think the lightning staff would win. But then you're like, how easy is it to get it?
The thing is that yes, the lightning staff is just like gameplay wise, all around better. But it's so much easier to get the Wonder Waffle, and it's not as, I don't think it as good with a single shot damage, but the penetration. So would you go with the low ammo, easy to get, but you can kill a lot of zombies with one bullet, or would you want a lot of ammo, kind of hard to get, high damage, high round thing that can be charged up and
if you get zombies, just try and hold one, because I still had a ton of them, but like I finished Deadwire, so I'm going to pack punch so that I can get a new thing.
But you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go with the lightning staff.
Alright. You can only say the lightning staff if you can tell me the upgraded name.
You gotta be kidding me.
No, I'm kidding. Okay. The paralyzer. Gross. I'm just gonna sit there right now. Really? Your turn zombie just killing her and wrecked all of them? Thank you.
Oh, sorry. I only need to turn 8 more. This is gonna be over within the round, okay?
Okay, so paralyzer or jet gun?
Or what?
Jet gun.
What is that?
The build-up
I don't think I've used that before.
You have transit.
Oh yes, I have.
The build. It's called the
Oh
jet
my god, the jet gun! Get off my back!
What?
Get away from my face with that right now.
Now I have reason to be angry.
Are you serious? You're just okay. That's it.
I
Jet
do
gun.
not like this feeling
Are you
of being
serious?
Jet gun,
surrounded.
yes.
Why?
Because the paralyzer's doo-doo. The only time it actually shines is on insta-kill.
You can fly. It can slow them down.
That's only helpful. I'm trying to think of it in terms outside that map. Because if you think about its usefulness on that map, sure, it's good, but like...
That's the thing, you gotta put it, like, if it's only available on buried, you gotta put it in this perspective of you using it on buried.
Okay, its usefulness on buried compared to the jet gun's usefulness on transit. paralyzer.
The jet gun you can only use like twice and it explodes, and if you're in the pack-a-punch room and it goes inside like a window, you can't get the part anymore. So it's sometimes is a one-time use.
Okay. I've only used the jet gun a handful of times. Like
Basically, whenever we did
twice.
late transit, which was almost never.
But it's pretty good, except for the fact that it like you have to keep building it, which is pretty annoying. But better than the paralyzer.
I choose none. They're both terrible.
Yeah, they're garbage. But which one's the shinier of two poops? You know.
I hate the jet gun, and the paralyzer is literally my least favorite wonder weapon. If we're going by like box, like actual wonder weapons, like that map specific wonder weapon.
Turn zombie, don't do it. Don't end the round. Okay, cool. I think I'm gonna have to go with paralyzer on this one.
Really?
Actually, yeah. Cause if it's more useful than the jet gun is. You can use it for a lot more stuff. You could fly over the walls to get to pack-a-punch easier. You can use it to just fly over that one wall that's by, you know what I'm talking, you know exactly which wall I'm talking about when I say that.
What?
You can use it to fly up to get the buildable spot. Not Y-ball, or, oh my, I did not just say that. Wall-by. Yeah, and the LSAT. What I meant was fly up onto the roof of the saloon.
Oh. Your turn's always on his way. It's gonna end the round.
Don't. Please don't end the round. Turn zombie. Okay, good. But, I'm gonna go with paralyzer.
Alright.
More useful. Plus, you can pack-a-punch it.
True.
Makes it better. Alright.
Do you want to give me one, or do you want me to give you another one?
I think I'm gonna give you one.
Alright, alright.
Liquefier?
Gross. Okay. Is it pre-patch, or is it where it is now?
It's in, think of it as in its best condition it has been.
Dude, you
whether
don't
that be
understand.
pre-patch or after patch,
Like
in your
the first
opinion.
week of zombies with dire eyes, that thing literally if you just hit a zombie with it, it one-shot them like around like 100.
Okay, let's go with that.
So pre-patch?
Versus the ray gun.
Mark 1.
No, Black Ops 3 ray gun Mark 1.
Why do you hate
I
me?
feel like Big Eagle.
I hate them both.
Liquefier after patch ray gun Mark 1 Black Ops 3.
Ray gun.
Okay, why?
It still does the job, and Liquefier, like after patch, like where it stands right now, is terrible. And it's not even worth building it. But the ray gun is still usable, and it's still relatively good. I just don't like it. So I'm gonna go with the ray gun. And you can't. You're number one fucking wonder weapon ever made, or the worst one ever made. Make a choice. Like, I'm gonna have to go with the best.
I was gonna let you get excited about the fact that you were like, ray gun, obviously, but I was like, wait. Black Ops 3. And you're like, I hate you. Cameron, I don't think I have enough points.
I don't have enough points.
You want some of mine?
Yeah.
I wanna compare some perks really quick.
Alright.
What do you think would be more useful in terms of the map? Die rise.
Yep.
Speed or double tap?
Double tap.
You monsters underestimate
By the way, if you
Okay,
look at
what's your
any
reasoning?
of the, like, the high round people, they don't use double tap.
Really?
Like I feel like we're the only ones that actually like double tap. Low-key.
Because everyone's probably too stupid to realize the actual use of it now. Like everyone's all like brainwashed.
They know. They just think they feel like Widow's Wine will be better for something, or getting another gun. Because, like, if you look at like the high rounds on Horizon Rock, there's like almost no double tap. There's only a handful of people I can think of that would actually use double tap. Sad.
Okay. In terms of Mob of the Dead, would you rather have
Don't do it.
Quick Revive or Dead Shot?
I think we have built better mousetrap.
Revive.
Ooh.
Tight spaces.
Really?
On that map. There's a lot of close quarters. That's pretty much just the entire map's close quarters, besides like the bridge. So I feel that it would be almost. Again, I feel like
Okay.
Deadshot is not needed, but Quick Revive kind of is because.
Take that same use, but for this map instead.
There will be purpose for this. Of that, Nikolai is certain.
Yeah, Quick Revive.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know Quick Revive held that much merit to you.
Dude, he's one of the original, dude.
But like, you gotta think about how useful it would be as a perk for you.
Nikolai has not had this much fun.
I hate
run
you.
it, but it's just like we know better.
Nikolai did
That
not
makes
have
sense.
fun.
Like we're good, so we don't. I don't feel like with us we don't like need to have it. But I forgot like whenever you said what's it called? Mob of the Dead. I forgot we were doing perks. They're gonna say Hell's Retriever or Blundergat. I was gonna say don't do it to me. We having to choose those
Cameron.
two. Yeah, I know. Okay, wait. Think.
No. Here, compare something really quick. Compare
Zombie is best zombie, aside from dead zombie.
the Blundergat, or not the Blundergat, the Hell's Retriever to the bow.
Hell's Retriever.
Now, any upgraded bow of your choice compared to the upgraded Hell's Retriever.
Hell's Retriever.
What is wrong with you?
Your numbers mean nothing.
I might die, by the way.
Why?
Forgiveness in my heart.
Okay, good.
You're welcome.
No, it was because I'm getting the last Ragnarok mark because you're not doing anything about it, so, I almost didn't make the...
Oh,
You can
I'm
literally
not
just
doing anything about it.
keep giving me Blunder, or, Hell's Retriever things. I want you to say how far I love the Hell's Retriever.
I know once I say Hell's Retriever versus Blundergat, you're just gonna be like, Hell's Retriever.
It's a hard one, to be honest. Like,
Be realistic here and think about the Hell's Retriever. Now, compare it
I
to...
want you to know, whenever I was doing, like, survive basically
This
10
device
rounds
surely cannot be
on
safe, can
the
it?
bridge, the Hell's Retriever was my only friend. Was the only thing that kept me alive. And I saw its true
Is it
potential.
really?
I saw its
Is that why you like it as much as you do?
and it's just so good. Especially if you get it on a low round.
Okay, compare two aspects of a map, the dragons versus the wolves. Why? Because they gave me the Hills Retriever.
2 reasons. Because he gives me the Hills Retriever. And what's it called? My favorite animal is a wolf, so I have to be kind of biased on that.
Hey, you're biased, dog. I forget, did you say you finished Thunderwall for me, or no?
I don't remember.
I hope I'm not using this for nothing.
You might be. If you don't know, do something else. Or is there nothing else?
I know for sure I need Blast Furnace.
No.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. And I also need to consume gumballs, so that's what I'm doing right now. Is I'm gonna buy some gumballs.
I'm gonna consume gumballs.
Fight me. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of the VMP because of duty.
It's like food. Foodie living without it.
Oh, I just got another calling card.
Which one?
For the one for spawning 80 power-ups with gumballs.
Yeah.
Hey, Shiva? It's a pretty good pack punch.
On this map.
True.
You need headshots that you don't have time for them on this map.
Okay, next topic.
That's yours.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
So I was comparing what the weapons.
Alright.
Or do you like, are you
No, I have 7 of them. Civil War debate. Right versus wrong.
I'm on Team Red, not because of Iron Man. Not because I love Iron Man to death, but because I feel that without someone like above them, one of them will just end up thinking that they will win.
That's called a supervillain, and that's why there are others there. They have countlessly defended them.
Yes,
and
so
they
that they need someone above them, so that they can't just be in charge of themselves, because one of them will end up doing something reckless.
I don't think so. Captain America was so pure that he could almost lift Thor's hammer. Like, he budged it. But they won't trust him.
Do you have a Phoenix up, by the way?
I don't
On your lineup?
have it on my lineup. No, I don't. Sorry.
I almost
But,
want to keep going, but
I think Captain America is in the right on this one, just because of the fact that they're hunting Bucky down, which is understandable, yeah. But they're also hunting Captain America because he tried to speak to him for a little bit.
no,
like, he tried to.
He hid them from the government so he could speak to him. I'm gonna die. Yep.
Oh my god, I was right there.
There goes a Pack-a-Punch Havoc with Deadwire, Pack-a-Punch Brecci, 4 perks,
Electrocution really isn't
and
humane.
my bow,
Not said I mind.
and my Ragnaroks. I don't know if that saves their death, but
Wait, where'd you put them? Right
you
there?
know where it is. You know where it is. I feel that the power of a superhero is too much for one person,
Do not
and
try to
without
confuse me,
limits,
German. I know why
that
we are
they
here.
will end up
To secure
thinking,
the American
feeling that
test
they
subject.
are gods.
If there is to be more bloodshed,
Do you see
then
what I'm
there
saying?
should be a lot.
Yeah.
They'll end up learning.
But
this
why are
power
you so convinced on putting someone like Captain America in check?
Because if they
Think about that for a second. He's
if they
Captain
don't-
America.
Because if they don't, and they just let him slide because he's Captain America, then he has perfect opportunity to betray us because we didn't check him, because we just assumed his thing.
Why would he betray? You have to think about it in terms of the character, Cameron. It's not like we don't know who they're dealing with.
No, we do. We know who they're dealing with, but the public doesn't.
Yeah. But because we know, we have to view it like that.
No,
Okay.
I'm viewing it
Don't think of it as if you're a civilian, like, being involved in this whole
as
thing.
if I was in the universe.
What? Are you tired
I
of
think they
this?
should put the people in check that they're worried about. Like, I don't think Captain America should be on a watch list. And they show at the beginning of the trailer, they're like, they're showing the destruction of, like, cities and stuff, when in reality, they're blaming the people that didn't have really anything to do with it. They were defending that.
Yes, but in the process, they happened to destroy one of the biggest cities in the world.
That wasn't their fault.
Kind of one.
They didn't.
Actually, it is. Completely.
How is that their fault?
If Thor didn't come to Earth, Loki would have never known. Well, he would have known about it, but he would have never known that there would have been humans to, that they were perfect slaves, and he would have never came to New York in the first place if Thor had never came.
No, he would have already done that anyways. Thanos recruited him. Thanos called upon Loki to do his bidding.
After all, it is not addictive.
What do you mean, do his bidding?
And he's pretty much like, be my servant. But also, Thor, what do you mean if Thor didn't come down to Earth?
I feel like if he wasn't in the first movie, if he didn't, or
He wasn't,
whatever,
he didn't
if
go
he
down
wasn't-
to Earth, he was cast.
Exactly. If he wasn't so immature in the first place, and get himself in trouble and banished from his own home, getting sent to our home, that's not our
Okay,
fault.
that's a ridiculous butterfly effect that you're blaming Thor on.
I
That you're
feel
blaming
like
Thor
it's
for right
not
now.
our fault that he had to be, like, because he's punished, we get punished because of Loki.
And I don't, then blame Thor.
I am!
Jesus, don't blame Captain America.
I'm blaming the Avengers for the attack on New York. That's what I'm going off of. That's what you asked me to do.
How's, I don't think it's their fault.
Because because Thor's on the Avengers, okay? And without Thor, Loki would have never been like, hey, you're on Earth, and they're weak as fuck, you know? So, like, he would have never came down there and tried taking over. Yes, Thanos recruited him, but he would have gone to he probably would have found a different planet, a little easier to control. But I feel like if Thor wasn't immature in the first place, New York would have been saved.
I don't think so. Because Captain America wasn't trying to be, he was just trying to be a normal soldier, but then he was frozen in ice, and when he woke up, Iron Man was a person. And he started this whole, he started this thing where he was gonna take matters into his own hands and make really powerful enemies. And why aren't they showing clips of what, personally, Iron Man did to multiple cities?
Exactly. They need to be put in check, because every time they
No,
fight something,
Iron Man needs to be put in check.
all of them do.
Captain America did not destroy a city.
Him and his team did.
That wasn't their
He was the leader of a
fault.
team, and he put his team into the battle, and then that battle put down the.
That was as a result of S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D. dropped them. And if you ask me, yeah, I'm good. Captain America isn't exactly a weapon of mass destruction. He's a human being that's abnormally strong. And then you think about it, and it's like, who did most of the blasting and destroying? And it's like Hulk and Iron Man and Thor, who called down a lightning strike onto the frickin' Empire State Building.
Just because Captain America wasn't physically destroying the city doesn't mean him and his team doesn't need to be put in check for what they have done.
He's not responsible for them, though.
He was calling the shots, like he was saying, like, okay, you do this and you do that, and they were listening, making him the leader. Meaning he could have told them.
He's just the best battle strategist.
He could have been. yo, back up, the city's being destroyed, we can take it out of the city, or found a way to explain...
The portal was right above the city. It was never gonna leave that city.
Or found a way to contain it a little bit better.
That's what they were trying to do, but the kind of monsters and things that were coming out of that portal were not gonna be solved by...
I will say, even with New York being destroyed, the SHIELD was ready to send a freaking nuke to destroy the city, not just the Avengers, so...
We're gonna die. It's over. Oh god. Yep. Nothing could have stopped that. A zombie just ran in and swiped me once and that was it. Final thoughts.
I just feel that it's all indirectly the fault of the Avengers. Even I get that they're nice, they're really cool people and they didn't mean to do it at all, and I get that, but the fact that it did happen anyways means that they need someone above them to make those decisions, as if back off, or or like, we need someone that can be like, oh, Odin needs to talk to us before he can send an Asgardian to our planet, you know. He needs someone to talk to, not just, hey, Earth, here's my son, you know.
How would Earth react to that?
What do you mean?
Think about that for a second.
React to what?
Just that being cast, like Odin, Norse king of the gods, just like appearing and then being like, hey.
I'm just saying that, I'm not saying the public needs to know there's someone. I'm just saying there needs to be someone. Is that your mom in the background?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that they shouldn't have to suffer for other people's mistakes.
And it wasn't other people's, it was his.
Captain America didn't do anything.
Just because he didn't doesn't mean everyone else didn't.
Why would... Okay, so pretty much what you're saying is, like, one person commits a crime, everyone should be punished.
Not necessarily...
Everyone's just as capable as that one person is committing the same crime.
Like it's death. I'm just saying they need to have someone to talk to before they just start talking, before they just start doing things.
That was S.H.I.E.L.D. They answered to S.H.I.E.L.D.
Not really.
They did, though.
Yeah, Captain America did. No one else did.
So why is Captain America being treated like the criminal?
He's not. Because, look, he took Bucky away from the... We haven't even seen the movie, but I'm assuming the way the trailer looks like, right? He takes Bucky away from the government, and then makes it so
he doesn't take him away. Bucky was hiding. I watched Winter Soldier today.
Okay. I've seen it like 15 times.
The end credits. He's hiding. He's like a fugitive.
They trapped him.
No. What do you mean? I mean at the end. At the very end.
I feel like Captain America trapped him in that anvil. Or whatever that thing is.
That's at the end of Ant-Man. That cutscene. The one I'm talking about is where he's at the Captain America museum and he's looking at the Bucky Barnes real biography thing.
So?
He was brainwashed. You don't blame someone for being brainwashed.
Unless
they literally wiped his memory and tortured him.
But he hasn't shown any, like, willing to change. Like, he's wanting to change.
He has, though, but they're attacking him.
He hasn't gone to the government and been like, look, I want to be on your side, I want to help. He's just been running, and he's killed a lot of people. Don't you think, just because he wants to help, he gets a free card for that?
You don't blame someone for something that they don't know, for something that they didn't know they were doing. Like legitimately, they didn't know that they were doing it.
Actually,
He's
he
trying
did
to identify himself as Bucky Barnes.
towards the end of the movie. He ends up kind of remembering and being this Bucky Barnes that he once was. So I feel like if he just said, "Hey, look, I want to help," but then he still has the answers for everything he's done. He's still a criminal.
Well, all we know so far, maybe that happened at the beginning of Civil War. Maybe. We don't know.
We know that Black Widow's in court.
She is?
Yeah, yeah, like she's like doing a little pledge thing with America.
Oh, yeah. I
So she's
remember.
doing it.
Well, maybe something does happen. We don't know.
Not yet.
We've had 3
I'm
minutes
just saying, off of
of
what we've known so
a
far.
2-hour movie. What we know so far, Bucky is not doing what he probably should be.
And he has killed before. And
Not himself though. Like, not as himself.
Well, kinda, yeah. Because with his brainwashed self, that's him. That's a brainwashed him. Like, that's this brainwashed version of him is
But
the new
he's
him. Just because he's no, we're not punishing Bucky Barnes. We're punishing the Winter Soldier. If you get what I'm saying.
Well, that's not fair. They pretty much forced him to do that. They tortured him.
It's not really.
Yeah, they did though.
They tortured him to erase the memory. They didn't torture him. They couldn't make him do anything.
They did though. That metal arm?
So he could have took it off.
He had no arm.
So use the other arm, pull it off.
Cameron, it wasn't exactly his choice to put the arm on.
Take it off.
And I really right now you're gonna tell him to take it off? Do you know how stupid that sounds? Like, rip your arm off. Do it.
Yeah.
No. No. That sounds like really dumb. Like, I don't want to be mean, but like, I have to let you know, like, that.
Vision is on his team too, which he hasn't. Yes, he helped the Avengers get rid of Ultron, which I give him some rep for that, but he hasn't been. He picked up Thor's hammer, which makes him technically Odin-worthy, but I just feel like he hasn't done anything to show us that he can be trusted, per se. Because he doesn't know anything about the world, so he can kill somebody. He killed Ultron, even though that's not a person. He killed because he knew it was the right thing, but that's still killing. We know Vision's on his team.
Vision's on Iron Man's team.
Everyone just needs someone, okay? I don't care who. Actually, I do care. What if Captain America's
I feel like now you're gonna change your stance on Vision just because of the fact that he's on the team that you think is right.
He still needs a thing, I don't care. Iron Man needs one for all I care. I don't care. Look, what if... Okay, would you be happy if Captain America was looking over all the superheroes?
Hmm?
Like, what if the person looking over all the superheroes that takes care of them was Captain America? Would you be happy then?
What do you mean?
Oh my god.
Like, I'm confused by what do you mean would you be happy? Like,
because
what?
You're saying Captain America doesn't need to be punished. But we were talking about how they need someone above them. What if Captain America was that person above them? Would that make you happy?
I don't know.
If your almighty perfect child, right, was the person looking over everyone else that does deserve to do the little thing, but not Captain America, would you be happy with that?
Actually, yeah.
Then that's stupid.
He's always that voice of reason, though. Like, the calm, collected person that, like, you know,
Okay, then what has Iron Man done to deserve? Like, what has Iron Man done to not deserve it? Or, sorry,
To not
because,
deserve.
sorry,
What has he done?
yeah, what did to deserve it that Captain America doesn't?
He started this form of vigilante justice. He started being Iron Man and
To save the
destroyed
world.
cities.
When?
To say, well, he took it upon himself to do so. Captain America was a soldier, and then when he woke up
And he took it
after
upon
his
himself
70-year,
going against
no, he was
orders.
recruited.
But after that, he took it upon himself to go to a Nazi factory in the first movie, and then save everybody. He took it upon himself to do that.
What are you talking about? He was recruited by the U.S. Army.
Yes. No. And then, like, once
Yes.
they did... Yes, okay, listen. But when they did the little sign of the spirit on him, and then they made him that little commercial monkey thing, whatever, and then they wouldn't let him into the army because he was just, like, the face. And then he took it upon himself, by himself, to go and save everybody. He did the exact same thing. He took it upon himself to go save Bucky and everyone that was captured by Red Skull.
That's a little bit different
How?
because they were in the middle of war against a terrorist organization, and Iron Man did it just because he wanted to.
No, because he wanted to save the world.
Captain America was saving his friend
No.
against...
Yeah, well,
He was...
then Iron Man has more of a reason.
How does Iron Man have more of a reason?
He's going
He
to
was
save...
already a recruited soldier. Just because he took it upon himself to, like, go on an authorized mission is a little different, because he was authorized
He technically
as a
wasn't
whole.
recruited to the army, by the way. Just because some scientist was like, hey, you're a good test subject, you know, come do this little training thing with us. That doesn't mean he was in the army. He did the army training, doesn't mean he was an army soldier. And he wasn't even recruited by the army, he was recruited by a scientist.
He went on tons of missions for the army.
Because they gave him a superhero, like they gave him a super soldier. They made him a super soldier. Now he was recruited, but because he was made into one. And then he goes out of his way to save his friend. But Iron Man makes himself a suit of armor that can help him save the world, not just his friend.
Captain America single-handedly took down a terrorist. Not single-handedly, but he did a very, very large part in taking down Hydra.
And
Or so we thought.
Iron Man took
But, like,
out the... Iron Man did take out Hydra, by the way. A little bit. Actually.
What?
Yeah, if you, go back to the first
You can
movie-
credit the entire Avengers team of destroying Hydra then.
If you go back to the first movie of Iron Man, when they do the broadcast, right? Fuck, what was this? Wait, was... God damn it. Sorry, he didn't take
Iron Man
out
doesn't
Hydra,
deal with
he
him.
took out the terrorist group with the Mandarin. Sorry. Okay, because if you go back to the first movie, whenever they were about to show their, like, what's it called? When they were videotaping him being captured, the Mandarin symbol comes up. You see it throughout the movie of Iron Man 1, and he ends up taking out Ironmonger and some of the terrorist group from Mandarin. And then you see him later on in the third movie taking out Extremis disease and that terrorist group of Extremis.
Captain America, both his movies dealt with Hydra, and he thought he finished them in the first movie, but then I guess they like infiltrated SHIELD, and then he did it again for
That's
a second
exactly
time.
the same thing. Because in the first movie, he thought he took out this terrorist group. He didn't know he was the Mandarin. And then in the third movie, he's like, yo, look, the Mandarin's back. And, well, back per se. And then he's back, and he takes them out. Or takes out his team for Extremis, not necessarily him. So it's
But,
kind of the same thing.
like, the difference is, Captain America was authorized to do what he did.
No, he didn't. He went
Yeah,
out of
he
his...
was.
He wasn't authorized to go in there by himself.
Yeah, he was. He had a whole team of people speaking to him on the intercoms.
When? No.
When he was putting the ship in the water, they knew he was on the mission.
I wasn't talking about that. I'm talking about the... Okay, whenever Agent Carter saw him at the little performance place, right? He found out the Bucky's, you just put your hand on your head?
No.
I think you just slapped your hand on your palm on your head. Alright,
No, I cracked my knuckle.
oh, I think you just went like that to your head, or whatever. Okay, so, and then he realized that Bucky's group is still out there. He goes by himself, unauthorized, to yes, take out a terrorist group and save a bunch of people, but unauthorized and unrecruited. And then after that, he gets a team. Because he does jobs well, and then he gets recruited after that. But he did that unauthorized.
And Tony Stark always has a bit of an issue known as alcoholism. And also, he has a bit of an issue called ego, and a bit of an issue called sticking his nose where it doesn't belong, and hacking S.H.I.E.L.D. to find weapons.
That ended up making Captain America angry because they were taking part of his past. So he was helping Captain America at that point, technically.
But that's not the point. He did it without authorization, right? I mean, we could break down what Captain America did for the greater good, but it was without authorization, so it was wrong.
He did everything for the greater good too. He can't just jump on a team and be like...
But there's a hacking just because he thinks something's there.
No.
He was only hacking just because he didn't trust S.H.I.E.L.D., so he looked. It's not like he knew something was there and he was trying to expose it. No, he was just looking for fun.
No, he wasn't looking for fun. He was looking because... Okay, so, basically you're saying, right, if S.H.I.E.L.D., you know a little bit about them, right? Hires you to go on this group team, and you agree, and everybody else agrees, the group agrees. You're not gonna be a little bit suspicious on what they did before and what they have on that ship? Or are you just gonna be like, okay, no, we're all buddies, screw it, doesn't matter? Or would you technically want Iron Man or Tony Stark to hack it so you can kind of get a perspective of what their deal is?
No, I wouldn't want... I wouldn't hack it, and I wouldn't want it to be hacked.
But once...
Just because of the fact that it's not our business.
But he, literally, Captain America's words, you made it my I think he says this, he made it my business when you put Hydra stuff on board, didn't he? Did he say that? I think he did.
I don't know. Did he?
I think so. I think he said that. He, like, threw the Hydra helmet on the table, and he's like, you guys had...
He threw a gun on the table.
Was it gun, or... I wasn't sure.
He threw a giant gun on the table.
I thought it was, one of the Hydra helmets. Or Hydra armor.
No.
Wasn't sure, I couldn't remember. But yeah.
And I don't think that's even Captain America's line.
I don't even know. But, like, he ultimately helped the group more hacking it than he did. Yes, it wasn't his business, but they kind of made it his business, asking him to join the team.
And, well, then Captain America did what he did for the greater good, too.
He did it for the greater good, but you're saying that he did it with authorization, and he's all goody-goody, but he did it against his... I don't want to say against their back, because I don't know if they knew what he was doing, but, like, he didn't do it authorized. I guess Tony Stark didn't do it authorized either, but he had a weapons company, and he was kind of entitled to make another weapon. That was kind of the Iron Man armor, but even though he kept it to himself, but whatever.
And Captain America might have taken things into his own hands, but he did it minus a destroyed city.
In what city did Iron Man destroy, in what movie?
The first one, and the second one.
When did he destroy the city?
And a ship dock on the third one. There
Well,
was a ton of cars that ended up destroyed.
In what?
Plus, in the first one,
That's not.
I don't know what city they're in. I forgot.
You're probably in New York still. I think I don't even know.
Were they in New York?
Probably. I don't know. Okay.
Where is Iron Man's one
setting.
in?
Well, that might just give you the physical movie thing, but fuck. I don't want to say that's not his fault because it was Ironmonger's fault.
Exactly.
But
that goes against everything you just said previously
that's not
about it's
that's not
indirectly
Iron Man's
their fault. As a matter of fact, Ironmonger being created is a direct result of Tony Stark.
And Loki coming into the point is a direct result from Thor coming down to Earth.
Not really.
And giving Loki notice that we are in
That's
quotes.
indirect. That was an indirect result. Because it was a butterfly effect. Thor came down to Earth, which made humans think, realize, which introduced humans to the whole thing, and then Loki, realized whatever.
Yeah,
but
Iron Man
like,
made armor to save the world. And
Iron Man created the armor, which directly made this guy want it. He created it, this guy wanted it. There was no in-between step.
Thor came down to Earth, Loki wanted Earth. What's your point?
The point is there was an in-between step. It wasn't just Thor came down to Earth and then instantly Loki was just like, I
don't want to say your point's invalid, but it's exactly the same thing. Yes, Odin banished Thor, but no one, like... Fuck. That wasn't Thor's fault that he got banished, and it wasn't Iron Man's fault that he got his suit stolen.
Well, also, you also have to consider the fact that Thor he's kind of right in what he did because the Frost Giants did what they did and Odin was just being too passive. Granted, he did it when he wasn't supposed to. And it was broken.
I feel like the Frost Giants were out of line, Loki.
They were.
No, everything, no. Everything was perfect. Everything was fine because...
Until the Frost Giants interrupted that. What did they do?
They broke the seal of trust, but those were some It's like saying, civilians can't go into government grounds, or else, you know, we won't. It's like saying we won't make you pay taxes, or if you guys stay off our property, kind of thing. It was like an equal. Okay, stay off our property, we'll stay off yours, right? And so it's like two little teenagers jumping the fence, and then everyone getting in trouble for it. But Odin was like, okay, they're both little stupid frost giants, right? And so whenever Thor and them went over, didn't the frost giants let them go, or did the frost giants? I'm trying to say because I feel like didn't the frost giants were like, okay, these guys were just being stupid, or was it like this is war?
Wait, the Frost Giants tried to get a hold of something that they had.
Yeah, it was the thing.
And they sent in little soldiers.
They sent two teenagers tried stealing it. I'm using
it wasn't
teenagers as an example. I'm using it as a word to explain it.
I don't think that's what it is, though.
That's how I see it. And then I feel that. Okay, we need to end this real quick. Like it's almost 2 hours long, but. Overall, going back to what I'm saying, Iron Man, I feel like Iron Man needs someone because, again, I feel like Captain America will just go behind that person's back to do what he thinks is the right thing.
But he has yet to do that besides when it was like saving his best friend.
Okay, and his best friend is worth dying? Like, it's worth... I don't... Where am I going with this? Goddamn it. I had it just a second ago. Okay. But I don't want to say he didn't have the right, but he almost didn't have the right just to risk almost everything to go save a friend's life.
He didn't have the right to?
I'm saying it was a little out of line for him to do that. Yes, he was one of his best friends in life, but risking
If you had the ability, if you had the ability to save your best friend, just like you had the ability, and your best friend was in trouble, and your exact skill set could save them, but someone told you no.
It depends on, and that, okay, then I would save you. But again, there are consequences because he did that so long ago. It just everybody forgets it. He did it without us, like without consequences. Instead, he got rewarded with a team, and he got to go on more special ops. And his friend's life, of course. Yeah, that's But I don't know. I feel like they all go out of line at one point, and because of that one point, they can't.
But
just
Iron Man doesn't stop going out of line. Captain America stops.
No, not really.
Yeah, he does. When did he go out of line again? And we can't use Civil War trailer as evidence because
Okay.
we don't know.
I'm not going to. So basically, we have Captain America 2 and Avengers.
Everything up
and
to
Avengers 2.
Ant-Man. Ooh, I don't know how you would plan to use Ant-Man, but like we have everything between those two.
He did. Oh yeah, he like on Age of Ultron. Okay, he basically said, "Do not save the world." At one point, like, do not let the world be saved by a minimal risk. I guess it was a minimal risk at that point because they assumed it would.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Oh, and
I don't
okay,
remember
I'm sorry.
that part at all.
When Iron Man and Bruce was trying to make Vision, Captain America said, "Don't do it," and he was kind of, because basically Vision was, well, Ultron was supposed to be the thing that saved the world, but he ended up.
That reminds me, freaking Iron Man took it upon himself to create AI.
He did it for world peace.
He might have had the best intentions, but he could have said something about it. If it was for something as good as world peace, why didn't he say something? Jesus.
Because he knew that people would doubt him and saying it would work. Yes, it did end up not working. Of course, okay.
Exactly.
But then
he could have said something, dude. Like, it's not that hard.
But then Captain America knew what he was gonna do with this Vision body, or Ultron's new body, and then without asking any questions on how this time will be different, he ends up just saying, let's not do it no matter what. Like, he didn't even ask questions. And then Thor ends up doing it anyways. Like, Thor
wasn't trying to, he was trying to destroy it.
No, I don't think he was.
I know for a fact that's what he was trying to do, because he even attacks Vision after he's created.
Because he attacks him.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Thor charges at him.
I feel
he
like
was definitely trying to destroy it, but it did the opposite effect.
I feel like he knew that they were charging the machine, and he put an electrical surge through the machine to charge it. And he knew what he was doing. And then it was a 50-50 chance that it would either work or it wouldn't. and I feel like he thought it didn't end up working because he was being too still, and I guess that maybe Thor thought he was evaluating whether to kill them or not, and out of a reflex, I feel that he threw the hammer at him. I feel like I really think Thor meant to do what he did.
Hold on.
Alright, we need to end it like 10 minutes or so, because then I want to keep these around like perfectly 2 hours or so, or close. And that's like, and plus with,
Okay, here's what I just found. It says Thor did not want to destroy it. Here's why. It says just after Vision was born, Steve asked Thor if he helped create this, and Thor replies with an affirmative tone that this had connections with the vision he saw in the water of sight.
yeah, that's why.
And it says when Thor is first enchanted by Scarlet Witch, he has a hallucination, and in the hallucination, Heimdall holds him, and then suddenly the screen turns white. Thor sees an image of the 6 Infinity Stones, and a vision opening his eyes. This is the exact scene from the trailer just displayed for a mere split second. Thor and the rest of the team did not want the Infinity Stone to touch the surface. This is confirmed when the Avengers are trying to get hold of the Cradle, and Steve tells them over the radio comm that the stone should not touch the surface or it'll wipe out the entire city. Thor could have shared the same fear, thus letting the stone get integrated into Vision.
Exactly. I'm also saying that Thor was out of line to do that. The moral of the story is, okay, I feel that
is that Iron Man's wrong.
The moral of the story is, in my perspective, is that they've all done something a little bit out of hand and reckless. Yes, they shouldn't have done, they probably regret it, and they probably have done more good than they have bad. But the bad is not excusable, just because they've done good doesn't mean the bad
How
is
can you
forgotten.
put Iron Man the Snoopy... Hold on. Iron Man has done a lot worse stuff, like, you know, he once was you have to also think about their background, and think about who Iron Man was compared to who Captain America was.
I'm not comparing, okay, I'm gonna wrap this up right now, okay? I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm gonna say my final thing, and you say your final thing, and then we'll probably end this podcast stream, whatever. Okay. They've all done reckless things. They've all done more good than bad. Maybe Tony Stark, debatable, okay? But they've all done it with good intentions, but the bad is not excusable. It doesn't get forgotten. Now, with that said, they need someone above them to not necessarily punish them, but to watch over them to make sure that no accidental, what's it called? Accidental regrets happen.
Okay. My final word is, I wouldn't call what Captain America did bad. It might be a little bit more on the vigilante side, but he saved someone. Iron Man rated intelligence. Iron Man saved intelligence. He was involved in war. He destroyed cities. Like directly, like his impact on the environment destroyed some stuff. Plus, he inspired these people to do what they did, while as Captain America just combated an evil that was already there.
Actually, Captain America has destroyed more of a city than indirectly destroyed more cities than Iron Man has.
No, he hasn't.
Indirectly. Because if Captain America...
Well, then if we're going by indirectly, then Iron Man can be credited with just as many, with those same cities as Iron Man can.
Not, well, it's... Because if Captain America, the serum, wasn't a thing, and Captain America wasn't such a, in quotes, good citizen or good soldier as he was, then no one would want to try to recreate it and make Hulk an abomination and stuff like that. And then Hulk ends up destroying more of the city than anybody else.
Okay, that was not... No. No.
Yes. The Hulk serum was assigned...
That's too big of a butterfly effect to be putting on Captain America, even indirectly.
Captain America
too big of a butterfly effect. That serum was not of his creation.
But the reason, because he's such a good soldier, people thought we can recreate it and make an army of Captain Americas per se, okay? Or Captain Rogers.
His actions did not cause Bruce Banner to do what he did.
Bruce Banner didn't do anything. Actually, he was just... What? I forgot he was in like a nuclear bomb or something like that? With gamma radiation?
It was gamma radiation that he brought upon himself when he was testing a serum that he made.
He didn't make it.
I'm pretty sure he was trying to recreate Captain America's serum.
Bruce Banner didn't recreate it. I think someone gave him it to test it.
No. He tested his own thing on himself, and it resulted in that.
Yeah, he tested something on himself. I don't think it was his...
I'm not sure what it was, but like...
afterwards. But, yeah.
People saying that, Captain America is to blame because he was a good soldier, like... That, no. That's ridiculous.
Because he was such a good soldier, people started recreating the serum that was inside him, and ended up making Hulk. And then Hulk ended up making Abomination, and they destroyed a bunch of cities, let alone New York with. Like, if you watch the Incredible Hulk movie, they ended up destroying... I don't even remember what a city was. They ended up destroying a city. Abomination ended up destroying a couple of buildings with Hulk's body physically, and then...
Captain America did not create the serum, therefore that is not put on him.
But the fact that
the serum was
so
used
well
on him.
The fact that with the serum on him works so well, that's why people want to recreate it, and therefore Hulk was
Cameron,
created.
if we're going by indirectly that far back, then I feel like I feel like by some stretch of the imagination, I could be indirectly connected to the Holocaust. Like, let's be real for a second.
What?
That's how far you're going with this right now.
I'm really not.
You are, though. You're saying that because Captain America was a good soldier, that's one step. Okay, first step, Captain America was he had the serum. Okay, first step. Second step, people wanted more of that. Second step, or third step, people tried to recreate it. Fourth step, it was tested and went wrong. Bruce Banner became the Hulk. Fifth step, Hulk was indirect. That's another step of indirection. Hulk created Abomination through his blood. Third step, we're on our seventh step right now. Abomination and Hulk fought and destroyed a city.
And Hulk destroyed New York with the aliens.
That's too much.
No.
That's too much.
You're talking about the Holocaust,
there's indirection. There's indirection within that indirection right there. Like, literally. Hulk indirectly created Abomination, and Captain America, I guess, indirectly created Hulk.
No. He literally Okay, because the serum worked so well on Steve Rogers, someone said, look, we can recreate this, and probably make it we can recreate it and try to make more of him, so that we can have super soldiers of our own, and make an army of them. It went wrong. They tested on Bruce Banner. Because it went wrong, Bruce Banner became the Hulk, and the Hulk destroyed the city. So Captain America
final thoughts, and then we're gonna end this. I'm gonna leave this with one final word. Okay. You don't sit there blaming the people that kicked Hitler out of art school for the Holocaust.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You don't blame someone else's actions, like, because someone does something. It's not bad intentioned, it's a good thing all around. It's a pretty good thing. Captain America being a great soldier. But then you don't go and blame Captain America doing a good deed that ends up
It's
making other
unfortunate.
people on their own accord, like they do it themselves,
But
and they create a
because
thought,
of his,
and then
yes, he had this amazing thing. He did great things with this power. But because of this, because he did such a great thing, people thought, look, we can make more things, we can do even more greter things. And it
so
just went
blame the
wrong.
person that thought that, because Captain America did nothing but do great things.
Yeah, I'm just saying, he indirectly made Hulk. But that doesn't make Captain America any less of a good person.
Okay, if we're gonna talk about destroying cities and stuff like that, we have to talk directly here, okay? Iron Man had direct impact on the destruction of cities.
Okay, we're gonna have another stream, like, after we watch Civil War. And we're gonna,
Yeah.
but thank you guys for watching.
Okay.
Yeah, thank everyone
Yeah.
on YouTube watching this. If you guys want to see more of this, it's a pilot thing. If you guys can see, it says pilot in parentheses. But if you guys want to see more, make sure to like the video for more podcasts. If you want to see more of me, subscribe. And if you want to see specific topics talked about, comment those topics. Thank you guys for watching. My name is BOYNAMEDDJ. My friend here is Mr. Rubik's. Check out his channel. And thank you and goodbye.